Yeah, man!
Hello, my name is Miguel, and today I'm gonna make for you pepperoni pizza. Alright, so you're gonna need about a quarter pound of sliced pepperoni, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1 cup of all purpose flour, and 1 cup of wheat flour, half and half, tablespoon of olive oil, an 8-ounce pack of cheese, 4 garlic cloves, a stack of scallion, a small tomato or half of a tomato, and onion, sorry, 1 small tomato, a tablespoon of dried basil, a tablespoon of dried parsley, and a teaspoon of dried oregano, and half cup of water. The cheese, shredded cheese, Parmesan or mozzarella, or you can get some mixed packs, but don't get the cheese for salads now, Get the cheese for pizza, the, for pizza, pasta and stuff like that. Alright, now I'm gonna be a little bit different. Look, you don't have to do it this way. You can add, if you want, international people, you can add a teaspoon of powdered garlic, um, a tablespoon of powdered onion, and that's it pretty much. The scallion is just extra because I have access to it. But I'm using fresh vegetables. So prep them like me. Clean off all the dead leaves and the rotten pieces. Cut off the root of the scallion. The onion. Just take the skin off, just the skin. Clean the tomato out like that. Just like this. With the garlic now, just mash it. Mash it as fine as possible. Alright, I'm gonna rinse these off. Alright. So you just dice the scallion fine. And it's optional, you don't have to use it. You see, why I am cooking it with these natural vegetables? Because I want to give the pizza I want to give the pizza flavor. I want to give it flavor. You know what I mean by flavor? And when you put it in your mouth, your palate's just bursting with excitement. Alright, so the tomato now, you just dice it fine too as well. Very fine. As fine as you can ever cut them. You should go see how I do lasagna. Visit my website, jamaicadinners.com, and look at my international dishes and see how I prepare them. Alright, so once you finish that, you just put this aside for later. Alright, so this is a 14-inch tray. So you take a couple drops of olive oil. This is the same spoon that I use to measure out. You get a grease paper or a piece of napkin, piece of hand towel, and just grease the pizza tray. Very light. Now sprinkle cornmeal on the surface. Just enough to cover it, just to cover a surface. Alright, like this. Alright, so this is my whole wheat flour. So measure a cup. I'm going to use half and half with all-purpose flour. Just measure a cup of whole wheat flour. And just add a cup of all-purpose flour. So that's 2 cups in all. Make sure it's 2 cups. Don't bat it down. Just keep it as it is. So you add the flour in the container. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Sea salt I'm using. So we're going to use 3/4 cups of warm water. I don't have a microwave, so I'm just warming some water. You can use a microwave if you have one. So put to heat a pot with some water and let it boil. Alright, so measure out 1/4 cup of flour. I'm just going to measure out half cup, but I only need 1/4 cup right now. So you add a 1/4 cup. Just 2 cups and a 1/4. Add 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. In a little container. Alright, once the water is warm enough, you don't need it to be boiling hot, just warm. Add 1 teaspoon and a 1/4 of instant yeast. Alright. The water is a little bit too hot, so you can add some cold water to soften it a little, to cool it down. Alright, that's good enough for me. Alright, so measure out 3/4 cups. Add warm water to the sugar and the instant yeast. 3/4 cups of water. And just let it stir in. Alright. You just let it sit for a little while, about 15 minutes or so. Alright, so you just combine the flours, the white all-purpose flour with the whole wheat flour. You can use all whole wheat if you want as well. So and to be honest, with the same recipe, you can use all white flour if you want to as well. But this recipe calls This recipe is wheat crust. Alright, so you just combine the liquid to the the, dried ingredients. You see, if you have a mixer, you just use a mixer on low, medium speed and just let it mix and spin for about 5 minutes until it whole. But if you don't have a mixer like me, you're gonna have to use your fingers as the mixer. Alright, so you just knead it. I know a minute ago you were probably saying that's gonna need some more liquid, but no, you see, when you have the right ingredients, you just bake. You just do it the right way. You just do it properly. So you just use your palm and your fingers and just knead the dough properly for 5 minutes. Alright, after 5 minutes of kneading and kneading, so you have a nice texture like this. It smells like bread. Alright, so now you take some olive oil, about a couple drops, and some quarter teaspoon, and just grease the dough. Next, get a damp, clean cloth and just cover your container and put it in a cool, dry place, 3 to 4 hours. You can put it in a sealed plastic container, a Ziploc, and freeze it for up to 30 days, and you can keep it in the refrigerator for overnight. Alright. Oh, guess what I forgot? I forgot to add the olive oil to the liquid. It's not too late. I'm just doing this right in front of your eyes. It can still work. This is so different. Alright, so for you now, just remember to add it to the liquid. Add a tablespoon of olive oil to the liquid. But if you forgot it like me, you can do this. It's okay. It's not going to do anything. I bake a lot of cakes, so I know. Alright, so we don't have to grease it again because it's grease. So you just cover it and let it stay in a cool, dry place. Okay, preheat oven, 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, for pizza, when your oven is well piping hot, that give you a good bake. So preheat it about 20 minutes before baking. Alright, so you get your can. This is a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. So you use your opener and open it. But if you're doing it like me, cut it away from you. You see how it slipped just now and my hand wasn't, my finger wasn't in the way? Alright. Alright, now get a saucer pan like this, or a stew pan, or a pan that stews, or cooking pot. And put to heat. Once it's dried, just add oil. Add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil or olive oil. I'm using coconut oil. That was a tablespoon and a half. Alright, put your stove's gauge on 4. That's medium low. What I'm gonna do now is saute the onions. So that was after a minute. After a minute, and the pot and the oil is hot, add the onions, diced onions, and allow it to saute. After a minute, add the diced scallion. Alright, so see, I like my onions sauteed, so that's why I'm doing it like this. McDonald's came out with this I love McRibs too, you know, but I think it was this burger with some sauteed onions, and I forgot the name of the burger, but it had sauteed onions and mushrooms, I think. That was an awesome burger. Or was it a steak? I don't remember. I just don't remember. It's a long time. Alright, so saute the onions. This is like a minute sauteing. Alright, after about a minute or two, about a minute and a half to 2, add the diced tomato. And just allow it to break down and saute. With the stove's gauge still on medium low. So there you go, just work your magic and build flavor. That's what I'm doing, building flavor. Some flavor that you wouldn't get from any one ingredient, from any one season. By burning them like this, you get some awesome flavor. Some unique flavor, you know. So you add the water. That little thing measures quarter cup. So, but I'm using half cup of water. So use half cup of water. And then add the paste. Now would be a good time to turn your stove on low, or you turn it off until you finish adding the paste. Alright, see the stir it in, add the water. That was another quarter cup, so that's half cup in all. See the stir it in until everything is thickened. Till the sauce is thickened. You see, you don't have to do all this cooking too, you know. You can add the water in a little plate. Don't put the pot in the microwave. And then warm the water and then stir it in and then thicken it. And then you add your powder seasoning. You don't have to put it in a pot and use anything like that. You can use your microwave, warm the water, put the water, the paste in a container, add your powder seasonings, and then put it in the microwave and allow it to warm. And then once it's warm, you just stir the thing until it's thickened. And then you allow that to cool. So that's the alternative way of doing it. So once it's thick enough, you just turn it off and put it aside and allow it to cool. Allow it to cool before you put it on the Alright, so that was 5 minutes of thickening. So it took me 5 minutes. Alright, now I'm gonna rinse these off a little bit because I don't like how them look. This is bulk. I noticed when the cashier was cashing it. I saw on the receipt on the monitor where it says bulk pepperoni. So, and plus I don't like how it look kind of wetty. And this pepperoni smell like pepper. It's amazing. It smell like pepper. The pepper scent is strong. Alright, so once you do that, put about a tablespoon of white vinegar with some water and rinse it off a little. Don't run it under running water, you know. It's just like how you saw me just did. And squeeze it and dry it properly. Make sure it's dried properly. Or you put it on a paper towel and allow it to dry. A paper towel that's not gonna leave paper on. Alright, now this is my dough. It's been proofing for probably about 4 hours. Because I went on the road and I bought the ingredients. Alright, so you get a board, a flour board like this. This is my other 1/4 cup of flour. So you just flour the board. And you flour your palm and your fingers like this. And this is what the dough look like after proofing. It's swollen a little. Alright, so you take some flour, put on the dough. That's flour, just lightly flour everything. Lightly flour the rolling pin. Alright, and just roll it out. Roll out the circle. If you don't have rolling pin, you can still work. All you have to just use your hand and your palm, and just first of all you would put the dough on the tray first, and then you just use your palm and your hands, and then form the circle. Just push it out and form the circle. Or you can do like we see on TV or whatever. When the guys them hold it up and throw the dough in the air and spin it and spin it and spin it. This dough feel like I could do that with it though, but I just don't know how to do it. That's how you know if you have a good dough, when it's flexible. When you hold it and it's just flexible. Alright, so once you roll it out, thin, evenly, thin in a circle. You see how it's flexible? I feel like I can throw this right now. Like that. Just throw it up in the air. Throw it and throw it. But yeah, I'm just kind of stretching it like evenly. So you just carefully place it on your pizza tray. Like this. Alright, next, let's take your cooked up tomato paste, which now become a sauce in a sense. So this is just use up all of it, put it in the middle like me, and just spread it out. Alright, put it to the edge as close as possible, very very close. It's very very important. Okay, if you don't, the crust is gonna be there, and the most of the pizza is gonna be in the middle. So you gotta try and get it as close to the edge, but not over the edge. You see, because the onions and the garlic is cooked up. When people bite it, they won't crunch any onion. You know, they'll just taste it. Alright, so you kind of spread it evenly on the surface. Spread your tomato paste evenly on the surface. Alright, just like this. Now I'm gonna sprinkle the herbs. So you take a teaspoon of dried oregano and sprinkle it on top. A tablespoon of dried basil. And sprinkle it evenly on top of your pizza. Your pizza tomato paste. And now a tablespoon of dried parsley. You just sprinkle it evenly on top. Alright, now you take your cheese and you spread it evenly on top of the tomato paste. Go as close to the edge as possible, but not over the edge. Alright, to make this pizza didn't cost me that much money. The cheese cost me around $500 to $600 Jamaican. The pepperoni cost me around $250 to $300 pepperoni. The sauce cost me $100, and the season cost me nothing. The flour, I would say, cost me nothing too as well. So in all, this pizza cost me around about $1,200 or 15 the most. And if I was to buy it, I would pay around $3,000 or 3,500. And I wouldn't get that much cheese, and I definitely wouldn't get that much pepperoni. Nor sauce. Nor crust. To me, the little shops that's doing pizza these days, they're doing a better job than the major companies. The major companies, fast food is just not working. And plus, I think the companies have their standards, But when they leave the workers in, the workers do what they want. Probably that's it. I don't know. But I know these companies have standards because I used to work for one. I'm not gonna say which one, but I used to deliver pizza. When I was a teenager, really. Alright, so once you place them evenly on top, the outer, start from the outer, and then work your way inner. Put them close to each other. Place them right next to each other. Alright, so your oven should be preheating. Alright, now you put it on the rack, one below the middle. One level below the middle level. Evenly on that rack. And close your oven and keep your oven closed within the time. And set your timer for 18 minutes. Alright, it's coming to an end. Oh, sorry. It's 8 minutes in, and this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Alright, so it's finished. Just remove the pizza. Alright, people, let me give you an advice. Whenever you bake anything, it's good to keep the oven open until the oven cools. It protects your oven too. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Voila. The aroma is like awesome. My seal of approval. My A-OK sign. Crust is not so firm. If you want firm crust, you can bake it for 25 minutes. That's what gives you a firm crust. So this is Miguel's homemade pepperoni pizza. Wheat thin crust pizza. Alright, so let's slice the pepperoni pizza. So you just slice one slice in the middle across like this. This thing here sharp, and I realize I don't have to go back and forth. You just go one time and it cut. So you cut it in quarters and then cut the quarters in half. You slice your pizza in quarters and then slice the quarters in half. Alright. This look like any old restaurant pizza. Alright, so you just take a slice out like this. If Peaches them watching this, the first time I had pizza in my entire life was from Peaches them. Some family that I visited in the United States. I remember one Friday they came with this box with pizza. I was like, pizza? 2 slices of pizza? That's for dinner? And they gave me 2 slices of pizza. I tell you, I could even finish one. But that was for dinner. Peaches, it's a long time though. Peaches is my uncle's ex-husband, ex-wife. Peaches is my uncle's ex-wife. Alright, the best time, sampling time. Alright, look at this. So cheesy, it look like the real thing. Look at the dough, well done. Look at the pepperoni, done. The cheese, nice and tastes good. And it's peppery. I was thinking to add scotch bonnet pepper to this, but I said no, yeah, this is pepperoni. And I'm happy I didn't because the pepperoni is spicy. This pepperoni is spicy. It's really the name. And see, strange enough, when I buy the pepperoni in these restaurants, I usually don't taste it as spicy. So I don't know if it's a special pepperoni this. Spicy. Yeah man, this pepperoni is really spicy. The crust is firm. If you notice, it's not hanging down, it's just firm. It's not as firm, but it's not hard. I did one before and I baked it for 25 minutes and it was really crunchy. This one I chose to bake it for 80 minutes and the crust is a bit soft and nice and firm. I'm enjoying this. It tastes really nice. And you don't even notice that you're eating wheat. And it's full of flavor. The flavor is awesome. Got the bread, crust. See ya. That's my... I'm gonna call my neighbors and give them a couple slice. Because I know the aroma is killing them nose. Three of them come knocking. Miguel, what's that smell? Alright. That's my second slice. Tastes really good. Enjoy. And remember to visit my website, jamaicadinners.com. Until next time, talk to you later.